Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to this cricket show of yours. And in this cricket show, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you down to the IPL, the Indian Premier League match, which is right now going on between Kolkata Knight Riders and the Mumbai Indians. And the Kolkata Knight Riders have just reached the 150 mark right now with a boundary that has been hit by Das. Das has just hit a boundary. So the score has gone to 150 now for the loss of 4 wickets, and we are in the 19th over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on this. But before I start off that, I would just like to tell you that the proceedings started off with Ricky Ponting, not the captain today. In fact, Ricky Ponting's place has been the captaincy place has been taken by Rohit Sharma. So Rohit Sharma was named the captain today for this match against Kolkata Knight Riders, and it's very essential for both the teams to get some victories here. So what was surprising for me is that Sachin Tendulkar was on his 40th birthday, and I would have definitely expected Sachin Tendulkar to captain Mumbai Indians instead of Rohit Sharma. But well, this is what happened. They decided to name Rohit Sharma as captain, and Rohit Sharma handed over the ball. In fact, so it will be Rohit Sharma who actually handed over the ball to Harbhajan Singh for the first over. And the first over from Harbhajan Singh was absolutely smashed, especially by Yusuf Pathan. Now, Yusuf Pathan's first 4 scoring strokes were 4, 4, 4 and 6. The first ball, well, that was a sort of an edge actually when Harbhajan Singh bowled to Pathan. It was the Mumbai Indians who batted first, and Yusuf Pathan actually edged the first ball from Harbhajan Singh onto the boundary for a 4. The second delivery that Harbhajan Singh bowled was a flighted ball, and well, he actually went for a sweep shot and it went over deep square leg for a boundary. So that was the second ball. And the third delivery was one more 4, and this time it was another thing which was put past backward square leg for a boundary. And the fourth delivery, Yusuf Pathan went one better than all the 3 balls that he faced by hitting the 4th ball for a 6. What a blow it was! It was on the off stump, and he took it over long off and hit it for a 6. The 5th delivery, it was a no ball from Harbhajan Singh, and a single was one run was taken with Gautam Gambhir coming to the other end. And Gautam Gambhir, the very first delivery that he received from Harbhajan Singh, pasted Harbhajan Singh over the fence for a shot, and this was a shot which was hit for a 6. It was a ball which was nicely tossed up by Harbhajan Singh, and Gautam Gambhir went for the full Monty by putting it over long on for a 6, and then Gambhir decided to just stay put at the crease by just knocking the ball over of the 6th ball. And finally, the first over ended of the innings of Kolkata Knight Riders, who batted first. And well, 26 runs came of the first over from Harbhajan Singh, but Pathan was the man who did most of the damage. After that, Pathan finally was gone, as Mitchell Johnson has been looking pretty sharp today. He actually picked up the wicket. As could you believe it? Now, Harbhajan Singh could not have been more happy here, because after getting bashed up by Yusuf Pathan, Mitchell Johnson put a ball. It was a length ball, and he actually got an outside edge onto the ball, and where the first slip, Harbhajan Singh was waiting, and he took the catch. So Yusuf Pathan, after playing a very good cameo knock of just 6 balls, making 19 runs with 3 fours and 1 6, departed back to the pavilion out for 19. So that was the first wicket to go. Now let me see what is the latest proceedings as far as I just wanted to talk to you about the first over. Well, we are in the 20th over right now, and the bowler is Malinga. Tiwari is batting. Right now I see that we are into the 20th over. Kolkata Knight Riders are 156 for 4. The bowler is Lasith Malinga. The taking strike to him is Tiwari. In fact, Tiwari has actually dug up a Yorker down to the long on area, and he has gone for a single. So that brings Debabrata Das into strike who is batting on 6 of 4 balls with 1-4. Manoj Tiwari, for the first time in this IPL, is looking good. He's not out on 32 of 22 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. I'll come to that later. In the meanwhile, or probably what I can do is I can just go through the whole match, and then we will look at the other proceedings. So just looking at what's happening here, we are looking at, in fact, Manoj Tiwari is going to be on strike, but there seems to be something which has happened. Yes, Lasith Malinga, the death bowler, has captured the wicket of Manoj Tiwari. So Manoj Tiwari finally has been castled. He was clean bowled by Malinga for 33 of 24 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. But as I said, Manoj Tiwari will be happy because this is the first time that he has got a good knock under his belt, at least a decent knock, I would say, after having a very poor run in the Indian Premier League so far. So the new batsman who is coming in, I'll just have a look and tell you who is the new batsman who is walking in. In the meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm just also going to give you the scorecard there. So that Kolkata Knight Riders won the toss, selected to bat. I talked to you about Yusuf Pathan. The next wicket to go was Gautam Gambhir, the captain, who was a victim of Oja. Oja also bowled very well today. He had 2 for 21. He picked up 2 quick wickets, and he picked up 2 wider wickets at that. One is Gautam Gambhir, sent to the pavilion, 26 of 20 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. And Jack Scalise, after making a very well made 37 of 38 balls with 4 fours, was also a victim of Oja. And as I said, right now the score has moved to 158 for the loss of 5 wickets, and Manoj Tiwari has been just dismissed by Lasith Malinga. The bowling, well, Mitchell Johnson, as I said, has been pretty sharp today. In fact, he has not been giving any scoring strokes, in the sense he has been bowling very, very tightly. He has been absolutely up to the mark, and let me tell you, he gave a very tough time to Ian Morgan. Ian Morgan, even though he made 31 of 25 balls with 4 fours and 1 6, one should remember that he was really, really struggling against the bowling of Mitchell Johnson. If you see Mitchell Johnson's figures, 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 26, and Pragyan Oja, 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 21. The other wicket taker being Malinga, who is currently bowling now, 3.4 overs no maiden, 1 for 24. And Kolkata Knight Riders are 158 for 5. We are just 2 balls short of the 20th over finishing here. So the score reads 158 for 5. Harbhajan Singh, 2 overs, very cautious. The first over going for 26 runs, and right now I see his bowling figures are absolutely shabby. 2 overs has gone for 35 runs without a wicket to his name. Kiran Pollard bowled 2 overs for 14. Chahal today got his first game in the Indian Premier League, Deepak Chahal, and well, he bowled 4 overs. He was not looking good at all. He was pretty rusty. 4 overs no maiden, none for 34, and we are still waiting to see what has happened here. So let me just complete the 20 overs, and then we will talk about some other cricket news. Well, we are still waiting here to see what has happened. Well, there is a wicket that's gone. In fact, Malinga has clean bowled Debabrata Das for 6, and that's the end of the Kolkata Knight Riders. The 20th over has been bowled by Lasith Malinga, only 3 runs coming off it, and Kolkata Knight Riders finishing at a score of 159 for 6 after winning the toss of their 20 overs. So that means Mumbai Indians will be chasing 160 to win the match, and the required run rate will be 7.95. So I wouldn't be able to get into that. As I said, I just wanted to give you the latest update, so that's what I gave you. But now I'm just moving away from here to talk about something. Now, yesterday, the Ashes squad, Australia has selected their Ashes squad for the Tour of England, which is going to be starting after the Champions Trophy is over. And well, the Ashes squad has been announced. Well, Michael Clarke, the captain, you know what a great captain he is. But one of the surprises that has come about is Brad Haddin has been named the vice captain of the team. Now, Brad Haddin, vice captain, well, he has been doing well in Sheffield Shield, but well, they decided to go for Brad Haddin as the vice captain of the team. And then it includes David Warner, Ed Cowan, who played very well against India, Phil Hughes. Now, David Warner, Ed Cowan, and Phil Hughes were the ones who were there on the Indian trip. After that, let me talk about the surprises there. The first, not the surprise, basically what they have done is they have gone for a person who actually made his debut in 2008. One would remember the Perth test between India and Australia, where Andrew Symonds and Harbhajan Singh had a dig at each other, and in fact Andrew Symonds called Harbhajan Singh a monkey. One would remember that. That was in the first test in Perth in 2008. There was an injury, and Chris Rogers, the man from Victoria, was drafted in. Well, after that, we never heard about Chris Rogers. But let me tell you, he has been scoring, absolutely been pretty prolific in the English League, and he has garnered 19,000 runs in first-class cricket. But what is good about Chris Rogers, his technique is absolutely impeccable. One would probably think, probably he's in his early 30s right now, and one would be probably thinking that why Chris Rogers has been drafted. Well, the reason he has been drafted, as you saw that when Australia toured India, the Australians had a lot of problem as far as the technique was concerned against spin. Now, Chris Rogers is supposed to be having a very, very good technique. And the main reason for having Chris Rogers in the team, I think it was a very good selection, because the reason being that he is having good knowledge of the English conditions, and over and above that, he knows, so he can share a lot of ideas there, and he would be in a position to deal with the swing. And also, when the spin comes, the technique will come in handy. So, and as you know, there was, if you look at the Australia's performance on the tour of India, the problem was that nobody was having a good technique to really deal with the Indian spinners, and probably Chris Rogers would be really tested. But one good thing for them was Chris Rogers has good knowledge of the conditions. He is a person who has played there, and he has amassed a lot of runs. So that is probably the reason Chris Rogers has been roped in. Well, Matthew Wade is going to be the second wicket keeper. You have Brad Haddin too. Phil Hughes can also keep wickets at times. And then the other notable inclusion in this team, I think I would really, this person is James Faulkner. We have been seeing him, how well he has been doing in the Indian Premier League for his team. He has been bowling excellent length. I thought he was playing for Kings XI Punjab, if I'm not wrong. Well, he has done an excellent job. He has been pretty economical. He's been picking up the wickets. But what has one not seen from James Faulkner here in the IPL is that he has not been among the runs. But I am told he's a very good all-rounder. He can get lots of runs under his belt, and he's a very, very valuable player. So that is something, and I'm sure the Australian selectors, they know that in the Sheffield Shield, in the Shield cricket, he has been actually topping the wicket tallies there for 2 consecutive years. So that's the precise reason James Faulkner has been included. I think that's a pretty good choice there. And Ryan Harris, you can't keep him out. He had a shoulder surgery. He has come back, and that is going to be very interesting. Let me tell you, barring injury, Ryan Harris is particular, and I thought Ryan Harris will play a great role when Australia will be in England. The reason being, he is a man who actually relies on cut and swing, and he could be he's a person who is quite pacey too. He could really surprise you with the pace that he can generate at times. And then we have the pace quartet: Peter Siddle, James Pattinson, Mitchell Starc, and Jackson Bird gets his chance there for the first time against England. And Nathan Lyon, the right arm off spinner, has been persisted with. So they decided not to have Ashton Agar. Now, Ashton Agar is a left arm spinner who has been bowling pretty well in Australia, and he's a very young spinner. He was taken to India as a sort of a training basis. He was taken there just to get the feel of the international cricket. But Ashton Agar, unfortunately, has not been selected this time as a left-arm spinner. They have decided to put him into the Australia A squad just to see how he goes, and probably then decide. And another inclusion: Stephen Smith has been named the vice captain of the Australia A squad. Brad Haddin will be captaining the Australia A squad. So that's the team as far as Australia versus England is concerned for the Ashes. Now, the other thing that I would like to talk about cricket here is that we have the second test match coming up tomorrow between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Now, Zimbabwe are 1-up in the series. They have nothing to lose. The Bangladesh are the ones who have to double up. It's going to be a 2-test series, and this is going to be played at the same ground, the Harare Sports Club. But the things indicate that probably there would be some sort of turn for the bowlers. Whether that is going to be true, one would have to wait and watch. But the second test starts between Bangladesh, and Bangladesh are the ones who have to do all the hard work. Now, Tamim Iqbal might come back, so that would be good news for Bangladesh. And other than that, whether they are going to drop Mahmudullah and rope in Mominul Haq, that is going to be the question now. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, but I think it's going to be a good match, and Zimbabwe would be absolutely, their morale would have been boosted, and they would like to just carry on in the same vein. And let me tell you now, Zimbabwe are looking strong, because previously Zimbabwe were always relying on spin, but no longer do they rely on spin. Raymond Price, their best left-arm spinner, is not there in the team. Graham Creamer is doing the duty, and then they have the pace quartet. Now this is what something that during the heat streak days it was there, but now they have three good pacers who can swing the ball. And Kyle Jarvis, let me tell you, he's the leader of the pace pack, supported by Keegan Maith and Shingira Mesikadza. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this note, I will have to leave you, dear fans, friends and subscribers, from this Cricket Happening show with this particular news. As I said, Mumbai Indians are chasing 160 for victory of the 20 overs. They would have to achieve it at a rate of 7.95 runs per over, and I'm sure we are in for an interesting battle here in Kolkata at the Eden Gardens, I suppose. Well, it is being played at Kolkata, yes, Eden Gardens, Kolkata. So I'm sure we are in for a lovely battle here between bat and ball. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.